And now,
laugh all you want. I'm the one who's gonna be on TV.
from TTR Studios,
I can't quite remember how that one goes. I gotta admit, I'm a little high. No, Biggie, I'm cool.
it's Lucdogg in the morning.
Yo, what's up, y'all? This is Skater D.
Hey, I'm John Charles Meyer, producer of Dave Made a Maze.
Hey, what's up? This is Scott Ladotti, author of Play the Devil, and you are listening to Lucdogg.
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 This is Annie fucking Cruz from SiriusXM 415, and you're listening to Lucdogg in the morning.
#1 podcast in the world. Yeah, boy.
Welcome back, folks. Oh, boy, we got a good one for you guys today. We got Auntie Maria calling in, and the phone lines are live for you. Let's go! So welcome to the show, my wonderful friends. Thank you for joining us on another Wednesday. We are excited to hang out with you. Matty Potts is about to join us from the Santa Monica newsroom, but Belly Matt LaBelle from across the way. How are you, my friend?
Waking up, apparently.
We got to get Potts on screen. Potts, what's up, my man? How are you doing?
Got him. Greetings and salutations. What's going on?
Oh, we've got so many behind-the-scenes peelbacks for you guys today. If you like when we tell you what's going on behind the scenes, we've got a lot of them for you today. Also, yes, Auntie Maria will be calling in. Potts' mother, my aunt, will be telling stories about my dad. So, really, I think that's almost like, is that self-serving for us? Is that like is that fun for us and not for the listeners? No, I don't think so, because our parents are characters, folks. And whether you know them or not, let me just tell you, the accent that comes along with Auntie Maria is absolutely perfect. And you're just going to enjoy it today, so just sit back and relax, take a deep breath. Let's all get there. Belly just worked 17 days out of the last 19 days, and he finally got a day off.
It was actually 20 out of the last 22.
I mean, it's been unreal. So, I'm just good on you. What are you going to do today?
I don't know. I can't think about it.
Sleep the whole day.
I've been dreaming about work. You ever work so much that all you do is dream about work, and then that's it.
That can't be good. That just can't be. I was actually stuck in a dream last night.
Ooh, what kind of
dream? It was one of those dreams. Like, I have the ability to wake myself up typically. If I'm like, this is a bad dream, you need to get out of it, boom. But I couldn't do it. And I was stuck in it, and it was a bad dream.
No, instead I wake up and I'm like so mad at work.
You're living the bad dream right now.
I'm like, all right, I'm quitting today.
So we were saying behind the scenes, apparently there's something I say a lot, and it's offending Mr. Matty Potts. We'll get to that in a second. However, Potts, the phone lines are fixed.
Yeah, what does that mean, the phone lines are live?
So we can now take phone calls, 571-354-7338 on the call-in line. You can text. Yep, absolutely. Exactly. You can text that, too. We can also get text through that. But those phone calls, not only... You could do that before, but now you can talk to Potts. That communication is connected. So we've got that figured out, finally. That was a nightmare trying to figure that out. But yeah, you can actually... I mean, we are a full-on radio station at this point. Live calls to a Skyped host across the country. Giddy up.
Yeah, it was pretty cool doing it yesterday on the Voice of One Wheel. If you haven't checked us out there, like and subscribe to us on our YouTube page.
Look, we need subscribers, okay? Because Potts, we found, this is the other behind-the-scenes thing. We found ourselves in a very unique place, and you're killing me on this.
What?
What?
How much do you... No, not you. You're fine. Potts is killing me.
I don't know why either. I want to know.
What did I do?
How many times have you seen this show on YouTube? Compared to listening as a podcast, our show.
Oh, our show. I always listen as a podcast,
and that's fine. I appreciate it. It's why we put that out there. There's a lot of dedicated podcast listeners. However,
here's my issue. Can I just hop in? Sorry to interrupt.
Absolutely.
I can tell you right now the reason I listen as a podcast and not on YouTube is because when I'm at the gym and you're watching it on YouTube, once you go out of the app, it stops playing. With a podcast, I can go and obviously be on Hinge and Tinder and Bumble and OkCupid.
Yeah, that's tough.
While I'm listening to the podcast.
Okay, well that makes sense. And if you're in that, that makes sense. So if you're in that boat, okay.
But could you
maybe subscribe to the YouTube page, please? Because here's the thing.
I am subscribed, a-hole. I'm subscribed.
No, right there, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to the listeners. But I love it. Yeah, listen, a-hole, I'm already subscribed. And a lot of you are out there saying the same thing like Potts just did. So thank you if you are one of those people. But here's the reason I'm saying that. We have a very unique situation right now where did you know that they changed the rules on monetization for videos on YouTube in February, just 2 months ago?
No.
So this just happened. It used to be like you could pretty much just do it as I don't remember what the minimum requirements were, but it was like nothing. Like I had nothing. I had like 53 subscribers and I was monetized, so it was fine. It was nothing. Anybody could pretty much do it. It just doesn't matter. You're not going to make any money because nobody's watching.
Right. But you're eligible to make money.
But you're eligible to do that and partner up and whatever. There's companies out there like this Freedom. You partner up with them, they blast you all over the place, and you can ideally make a little bit of money. But now YouTube has made it so that it takes 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers as a minimum.
Jeez.
That's a lot.
That's nothing to sneeze at.
Well, it's not. And I mean, if anybody out there knows, what's funny is that I'm looking at all these videos on how to increase your numbers on YouTube so that you can get to that point. And all the people are saying, well, the 1,000 subscribers is easy. It's the watch hours that's going to be really difficult for you. Because it's a long time. They do it in minutes. You know, and so you look at your page and you've got like, 10,000 minutes and you're like, oh, I got this. But no. It's hours.
And then you divide it by 60.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we did that yesterday.
And we're over 4,000. We have over 4,000 watch hours already.
Shut up.
I swear to God.
Well, you got to think about it this way, Potts.
We run an hour show.
We run an hour-long show that is live streamed online 3 times a week for an hour. That's a full 60 minutes for how yesterday we had 30
live
listeners.
And not only
yesterday
that,
for an hour.
That's amazing. Honestly, 30 live listeners. Great job, guys.
Not only that, but these people are dedicated to what we're doing. They're organic, full-on committed listeners. And so anybody who's hearing this right now, I'm talking to you and I'm thanking you. Because you kick fucking ass.
We're talking to you, Amanda Thompson.
Yeah, hey, crop dog millionaire. God bless her. Jesus Christ.
Oh, are we done crying?
Oh, you said it.
I was trying to get him. I was trying to pull at the thread. I was trying to tease him into it. But anyway, apparently I say Jesus Christ too much, and Potts is pissed off about it. So we're going to do that in about 10 seconds here. But what I wanted to say is we are in the backwards situation where we have the hard part done.
We have over 400,000 watch minutes.
Dude, it's unbelievable. We have
400,000 watch. Dude, that's
no. 280-something thousand watch minutes. We have like 4,200 watch hours.
4,200 watch hours is a lot.
It's over 4,000 watch hours. So we already have that. And I'm just like, damn. All right, so all we need is to get to the 1,000 subscribers, which we're going to do by, 6 months from now anyway, if we're just at this pace.
And honestly, what's funny is you're saying this because I think I messaged you a week or two ago, and I was like, dude, you already have like over 100 subscribers. I think like even that isn't easy.
225 and 225 in 2 months. I'm pumped about it, man. Like
that's amazing.
So
it is.
That's hard. That's dedicated people. So listen, anybody who has done that, thank you. If you haven't gone to YouTube, our page TTR Studios, and subscribed. Maybe you didn't even know about it, and that's why we're dedicating the first 10 minutes of the show to this, because I'm just pointing the light that we have a chance to do something really awesome here.
We already are.
Well, we and now we're finally getting recognition for it, and if we get that, we're going to pour it right back into you guys. I mean, we finally got sponsored for the Voice of One Wheel. All we do with that money is buy stuff for the listeners. Yeah. So this is only going to affect you and making this show better and making it more fun for you guys to listen and keeping us going. So please go over to YouTube, TTR Studios, and just subscribe to the page. Hit the bell if you want to know whenever we go live. But really, subscribing is huge. So,
and listeners, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, Luch promised me a pair of friggin' Bluetooth headphones that he still hasn't delivered on. So the sooner we can get some of this sponsorship dollars, the sooner I can go to the gym and not look like a fucking poor person. So please.
Ding, ding, ding.
It's true, I did. But then I went out and I wanted the phone system more. And that was $500, dude. This shit's not cheap.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's unreal, but we're running off.
So how much does this studio cost you that you put together, which is quite impressive already?
We've got to be over, I don't know, around 10 grand, 5 to 10 grand, somewhere in there. I mean, if you're looking at the laptops and the TVs, it doesn't matter. This is what I do. I have a company dedicated to this, entertainment and production. And so, God, what a life dream to start a business based around the things I love doing, because then anytime I like buy something for the business, it's like buying a gadget for myself. It's great.
Yeah.
However, we're running off of a landline, a freaking physical phone landline.
Yeah, who knows anything about that?
Go figure. But that's how we had to do it, because these these phone systems cost like $3,000. But enough about our studio, enough about us. Well, always about us. Just kidding. But I want to know about, apparently I say Jesus Christ too much. Oh, Jesus Christ.
How dare you say the Lord's name in vain?
For real. And like, Luch, does Auntie Lynn not like make a comment every time you say that? I feel like she would be so like, it would be like so grating to her to hear you say that. I mean, that's how our parents were raised.
It got us talking, yeah. That like how were you raised? Like what were words that were like no words? Like you weren't supposed to say as a kid. You're not supposed to say JC.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
Especially not in vain.
Well, you know what's funny about that is I never really got that one. Like Jesus Christ wasn't like, oh, Jesus Christ was almost like you're just kind of like, you could make an argument. You're just praying in an angry way. Oh, Jesus Christ, help me out.
No, that's vain.
Right.
Don't
say the Lord's name in vain.
However,
don't say the Lord's name in vain.
GD, I was very against. As a kid, I was not allowed to say goddamn.
Oh, no.
And I honestly felt bad every time.
Yeah.
Right, like every time you say Jesus Christ, it sounds like like you're saying a bad word to me. Like it's funny to me that you are more hesitant to say like holy fucking shit on the podcast than you are Jesus Christ. And that's just the way I was raised. But on the flip side, I'm cool to say holy fucking shit. And you're probably like, can you not cuss so much? And I'm like, well, you just said Jesus Christ, so I'm going to say holy fucking shit until you stop saying Jesus Christ.
I once got in trouble for saying pissed.
For what?
My mom doesn't like that. Yeah.
At home?
My mom doesn't like pissed.
My dad. See, and the funny thing is my dad is actually more strict about like the words we're using and how we're using them, and he's always been someone that's like, can you not say the F word so much? Can you not say like this so much? He's the one that's more strict about the structure of the words you're putting out, because, and it's how he taught me to do it is you don't want to look
trashy
in a way, like trashy. Use a proper speaking tones and words.
I think it's the same way with radio. What, Potts? What are you laughing at?
Because all I'm thinking about is when my mom calls, let's just see. You say Jesus Christ, and I'll say fuck, and we'll see who she corrects first.
Okay.
We'll just go back and forth. When you start, you say Jesus Christ, and when after you say it, then I'll.
She's like, "Oh my God, I didn't wake up this early in the morning for this kind of torture."
Yep, 100%. That's probably what she'll say. She'll like, Adam, watch your mouth. Like she'll say something. Guarantee.
I don't think that the F-bomb is equivalent.
It's what do you mean? It's greater or less than Jesus Christ?
Way more offensive.
Oh, okay. Well, then let's see who she says. Then you say Jesus Christ first. That'll be the handicap. Is you go first. I don't even think
for the most religious person in our room here.
Yeah,
it is very interesting that you're so okay with saying.
Oh, because I am the most religious person. Yeah, for sure.
That's what I'm saying. He's
I pray every night.
Most vanilla person on the show, and he's saying, in my opinion, probably the most offensive thing, like on a regular basis. I was curious as to why I was the
because
one
can
to,
I say to you, it's not religious that I am. I'm not religious. I hate saying that. I mean, I am. I firmly believe in a higher something. I just don't know what it is, but I feel very firmly that I can connect to it.
And you're just hoping it's not Jesus Christ, since you keep saying it.
His name is vain.
I mean, hopefully there's not a God, or you really are going to hell. He'll be like, Luch.
It's like, here's a list of times you used my name in vain.
You're going to burn in hell. Why have you said my name in vain over and over?
The scroll of, like, he just rolls out this giant scroll.
Wow. And it just goes on for like a football field.
It just keeps rolling and rolling and rolling.
Magic powers there.
And then you're like, man, that's my whole life. And he's like, no, that was Tuesday.
Right.
That was that one show you literally talked about me the whole time.
So that'll be fun. Oh, man, I can't wait to get your mom on. So what are we asking her? We're just getting her to do an embarrassing story about my dad as a kid?
Well, yeah, I don't even remember what we had talked about your dad, but he threw my mom under a bus.
Well, what happened was, just to recap for the listeners, we got my dad on the phone to tell the story of the time that he taught Maddie Potts, because Potts and I are cousins. He was working on teaching Potts how to ride a bicycle. and he was holding the back of the bicycle, and Potts was on the bicycle, and he was doing great. And then he turned around to look behind him, and my dad, he didn't realize, had let go of the bike, and he was doing it all on his own. And then crash! Potts freaked out and broke his jaw or whatever he did, cracked his head open.
Busted his chin.
Yeah, basically busted his chin open. And when my dad ran and grabbed him, he's holding him in his arms in the driveway of Potts' house as Potts' mom drives in from work. So this is a tough day.
No, they were on a date. My parents were out on a date.
Oh, even better.
They pulled up, and as they pulled into the driveway, Uncle Joe is holding me
Babysitter
in
Joe.
the driveway, blood pouring out of my chin, and he looks like basically the most irresponsible babysitter ever. Could you imagine pulling up after having a nice date? You think you're gonna go home and get some, and you have
not tonight, buddy.
In, a month because you're whining stupid ass kids, and then you come home and one of your whining stupid ass kids is in the driveway with blood gushing out of his chin.
And my dad's response to that was, "Oh, give me a break." It was nothing like the time that we were kids, and she was running around in New York
with a glass Coke
bottle on a ledge and fell and cut her arm open or whatever she cut. And
so that's where we should. That's
where we stand. So we'll go ahead and take a break. And then when we get back, we'll get Auntie Maria on the line. I'm very excited about this. So just strap it in, folks. Be ready to rock.
Yeah, this could go anywhere.
This could really go anywhere. All right, so I've got Jesus Christ. You've got fuck.
Yep.
All right.
Jesus Christ and fuck.
We'll see what happens. It's all next on Lucdogg in the Morning.
At litmradio.com.
Welcome back, folks. It is your boy Lucdogg in the Morning hanging out with you, and we have a treat. Maddie Potts' mother, my aunt, Auntie Maria, joins us now. Aunt Maria, how are you?
I am fine. It is so great to finally be on. I couldn't figure out that other thing you wanted me to do, so this is good.
Skype is difficult. We know. I know.
Yeah.
But that's okay. Potts.
Like you're growing up with the phones, you know what I mean? Yeah, go ahead. Whatever.
That's why we went back to the original phone.
We got a landline just for you.
Well, I have to ask you this. Do you know what a party line is?
A party line? No. What is that?
No. Well, when I was growing up, you didn't have private phones like this. You had party lines. You'd pick it up, and if somebody was talking, you had to hang up till they got off, and you got your turn. So you see, I grew up with party lines. You grow up with whatever you have.
Facebook and Skype. Potts, say hi to your mom.
Hey, Mom, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, darling. How are you?
Yay. Hi, Mom. I love you.
Yay.
Thanks for waking up early for us, because for those who don't know, my mom's retired and apparently sleeps till about 11 a.m. every day.
But anyway, that's another story.
What's funny is that the first thing she said to me when she came on the phone was, "Oh, gosh, don't talk so loud."
The vocal Red Bull of Adam.
No. It was so, Adam, it was so great to hear you. I love you, darling. It was so great to hear you, but I was like, oh, yeah. I was supposed to be up, and I wanted to get up before you called, but like I said, I was dreaming, so.
We caught you right out of a dream, just like Belly. So, Potts, why don't you lead this off? Because the listeners know where we left this, but we need an intro for her. We need an interesting story about my dad, an embarrassing story from his childhood.
Yeah,
I'm not going to embarrass my brother.
Oh, well, I think you're going to want to after you hear what he just did.
Mom,
a few weeks ago, he wouldn't do anything bad. He loves me.
Ma, a few weeks ago, he was on the show, and we were telling the story about how he taught me how to ride a bike, and when you came home, he was holding me in the driveway with blood gushing out of my chin. And then he said that was actually not even a big deal.
I remember that. We had to get stitches.
Yeah, so how was that? What was your thoughts when you pulled up and saw your baby boy bleeding on the driveway in my father's arms?
You know what? I didn't remember it until just now. I mean, oh, yeah, that was, I don't know. I probably freaked out. I don't know.
Do you know what my dad's response was?
In hindsight, he couldn't have been in any better care, okay? But I probably freaked out because, oh, my God, he's bleeding, blah, 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 blah.
But do you know what my dad's response was to that, Auntie Maria?
No.
Oh, give me a break. It was nothing as bloody as when she fell with the Coke bottle when she fell off the ledge when we were kids.
Oh, yeah. We were on the boulevard, right, on Hudson River, and we'd watch the fireworks that were being shot in New York on 4th of July, and that's when Coke bottles were real spots. Now you have these tinny little cans, but they were glass bottles, and I was walking on a ledge, and I fell, and I had to get stitches. You can see the scars I'd shown to you, but we're not on TV.
Unbelievable. So go ahead, Matt.
See, I can't walk and chew gum at the same time. But when I was little, I didn't know that. Now I know that.
Uncle Joe said you're really fucking clumsy. Is that true?
Yeah.
What did you just say? Whoa. What was that?
What?
Telling you no F words.
Excuse me?
Don't say F words to your mother.
Terrible language.
That's disrespectful. I don't like that.
See?
I told you. Jesus Christ,
sorry,
Potts.
my bad.
What'd you say?
No,
I said
she got me again.
Both of you guys.
Uncle Joe said you're really fucking clumsy, not me.
No. So what we were curious about, Auntie Maria, Potts just set you up because what we were curious about was we know you find that word offensive. We're not trying to be offensive to you. We were curious. We were talking about how when you were kids, you don't say JC. That's not a good. You definitely don't say the F word. That's disrespectful. But what would you think is worse if your son, Matty Potts, said as a child, which would you be more disappointed as? If he said the F word or if he said JC? Is she here?
I'm here. I'm thinking. I mean, they're both disrespectful.
They're both. We know. We realize that. Yeah.
First of all, we didn't know what the F word was when I was little. So anyway. I would say JC because you don't use God's name in vain, right. And the F word didn't exist when I was little, so that's the answer.
So, Mom, you're talking about when you were little. Like, think about back
when you were... I didn't hear any of those words when I was little. Yeah. I didn't grow up with all the smut you're growing up with.
Right.
She's
well, pretend like they had cameras when you were in college, and you were with a guy, and you had given him some, naughty Polaroid pictures. And you guys break up.
What are you talking about? What?
Hey, Ma, just listen to the question, please. It's not that
bad. Wants to go out. Go ahead. Don't go in the bushes. Go ahead. Wait a minute.
So if you break up with this boyfriend and he's got these Polaroids of you, would you be okay with him keeping the pictures as long as he doesn't tell anybody, or do you expect him to burn the Polaroids because you guys broke up and that's that? Are you cool with him keeping the pictures just as long as it's with him?
Okay, I want this Matty Potts off the line and my real son to come on because I don't know what he's talking about.
Get out of here. No, he is going to timeout. Matty Potts is going to timeout. He is out of control over here.
I understand. Yeah, where's the boy I brought up?
No, all right. So Potts, tell
her.
That is unbelievable. Tell her about the. All right. Well played.
So I'm guessing she expects him to burn the pictures.
I want to get out of here, Potts. I want to know. Can you give me something about my dad? Tell me something that I don't know about my dad as a kid. Like what kind of a kid was he? Was he protective of you? Was he?
Yeah.
In what way?
Very protective. But I'll tell you one thing. Okay, we used to go to Hoboken, to Stevens Tech down there, and they'd have a lot of parties and stuff, and we'd go, we had friends. So I don't know, I was a goober. He was cool. Anyway, I wore his V-neck sweater. And at that time, I only had little girls. You know what I'm saying? So the bumps aren't bad, but he got so mad at me for wearing his sweater because you know how the girls are, don't you?
How are they? They steal sweaters?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, tell me.
Your boobies. They used to call me a girls.
Your boobies?
Your boobs. She's talking about her ladies.
She's talking about the girls.
In other words, I wore Uncle Joe's sweater.
Right. And
he said, "You wore my." I said, "How did you know?" He said, "Held it up. There were the boob marks on the sweater." What's he talking about? You don't get anything.
Oh, I love this. This is so. We have to make you a recurring character. You're the best.
No, recurring character. I mean, he has a sleep. It's like, what time is it?
What is going on here?
The East Coast. So you've been up. You probably had a cup of coffee.
Yeah, I'm sitting here drinking one. We'll let you go back to sleep. I just really appreciate it. No, give me one semi-embarrassing story about my dad as a kid. Not to put him under the bus. Or Potts. You could do it about your son since he's kind of embarrassed you today in a very funny way.
No, he's embarrassed. Man, just got to keep him in line.
That's
true.
True. That's true. So, what?
Embarrassing story about your father? He was great. I don't know.
Oh, come on. There's got to be
he
something
was
that he
crazy.
did.
He drove Grandma crazy. I mean, he really, like the night he brought the motorcycle home. Or one day he had these huge African American men bring a stand-up piano in my mother's living room.
Which back then was probably an interesting sight, I would imagine.
No, it was like we had 3 windows in the front, like big windows. And that room was very bright, and then these guys come in with this piano. Nobody else would play the piano, and they put it right in front of the glass windows, and it made it look like a tomb after that. I don't know what happened.
What happened when he brought the
motorcycle? He played the accordion.
He played the accordion?
Yes.
What happened when he brought the
accordion lessons? You had to hear, that was good. Yeah. That was a weird instrument, though.
He was a weird guy, apparently. I love him. What happened when he brought the motorcycle?
Oh no, he was very unique, and he marched to his own drum, but it was a good beat.
What happened when he brought? What happened? Just like his son. What happened when he brought the motorcycle home?
Well, we didn't know about it till the next day because we lived in the city and you had alleys, so he didn't drive it, and he just pushed it so we didn't hear it. And he put it in through the alley and put it in the yard. And my mother woke up the next morning and saw a motorcycle in the yard. I don't remember what happened to that.
That's my dad getting mad at me for having a motorcycle 30 years later. Go figure. He's ridden it.
You have a motorcycle?
Not anymore.
Yeah, we had one too. We got rid of it. Anyway, because I wake up, I remember more. Maybe you should call me later. No, this is fine.
We will. You're amazing. Thank you for joining us. You did a great job. Round of applause for Auntie Maria.
Love you.
Love you too.
Okay.
Thank you. We'll call you soon.
Love you, Daddy. Bye-bye.
Love you, Ma.
She sounds like the sweetest woman on the planet.
That sounded like the most awkward 10 minutes of radio.
That was awesome.
Potts, that was awesome. I mean, I was like shivering with goosebumps when I figured out what you were asking her.
Well, Belly lost his shit.
Oh, dude, I just couldn't look up. I
was like, this poor sweet woman is not going to want to answer this question.
I haven't talked to her in like 10 years, 5 years or so.
You put her through some torture, waking her up.
What if you've got nude Polaroids?
Saying the F word to her.
But he called it, though. Yeah. She was right all over both of them, F-bomb and JC. She did not like that.
Yep.
And that's just a different generation, I think. So you're right. All right, I will drop JC from my on-air vernacular.
It's just kind of an interesting experiment we did right there to see like how greatly I'm almost 40 and I'm still completely affected by things my mom said when I was 5.
But think about how backwards that is. I'm the most I believe in some sort of, I say I believe in God. Okay, I don't want to say a man in the sky. That's why I always say I believe in something. But why am I the one that's okay saying JC and Potts, who believes in absolutely nothing, is offended by it?
Yeah,
that's the weird.
Crazy.
Well, my football coach wouldn't say it, but he would say something like Jiminy Cricket.
Right.
Oh gosh.
That's why I say God bless America instead of God damn it.
That's cool. I mean,
God bless America. People usually laugh at that one too. Yeah. Okay, well I don't know what to do now because that was interesting.
Potts is asleep apparently.
Wow.
Actually, that's
Maria.
me snoring. I'm a terrible snorer.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Oh, I bet you sound like a lumberjack.
That's how Adam
for
knows
sure.
I'm asleep.
That was a rough segment, guys.
I know. All right, we'll turn it around. So let's do this.
I thought it was great.
I mean, it was entertaining, but I'm wondering if it was entertaining for anybody other than us three.
I mean, I think anyone who has a mom like, I think a lot of us have a mom like Auntie Maria, who's just like the ultimate care person, and like,
what did you say?
Saying nice things about your dad, like saying the nicest things.
Yeah, I was ready for her to roast him.
She's like, nope, he was the best.
He's
one of the best human beings in the world.
But it's in there.
Yeah.
You can hear it's in there. It's in there. As soon as we got her going a little bit, she started bringing out one after one. Or one after another.
And what we really have to do is we have to call her a little bit later after she's been drinking her boxed wine. Then the stories will really come out, I'm telling you. So.
I think we just get...
Your mom and my mom sound exactly the same, by the way. My mom's not as much of a New York accent, but like she definitely sounds
Where's your
exactly
mom
the same.
from?
My mom grew up in Nyack area in New York, right outside of the city.
So she probably has a New York accent
A little
as well.
bit. She says warsh. There's R's in her wash.
How are we looking at the social media lounge? Can't wait. He's going here. JFC, my poor unsuspecting mother. Oh, Jessica, that's good. Potts' sister's listening. She thought she was going to have a nice little conversation with her son and nephew. Got to get her after a glass of wine. That's exactly what she just said. Yes, Jessica.
Yes.
I love it. And, of course, what's up to Mandy and all of you watching. So, all right, let's move on. And I'm curious, if we can, just give me, what was your dream car as a kid? If you
I know the answer.
Go.
And it's not impressive.
What is it?
I think the brand was Isuzu. It was an Amigo. It was kind of like a Jeep looking thing. Like you could it had like a soft top kind of thing. They just wanted like a convertible type thing. And it was big enough you could fit your friends in. I mean, they stopped making them years ago. It was a total chick car. But yeah, that's what I
know
wanted.
exactly what it is. I don't even need to look it up. I
needed to look it up.
Nope, I'm all over it. I can't
don't
believe
even know if you'll find it.
Why did you want it?
Huh?
Why did you want it?
Because you could take the top off. It was kind of like a Jeep. And then after that, once I grew a sack of balls, then I wanted a Jeep Wrangler like, a guy would want. But until then, I was like, oh my God, the Isuzu Amigo. It's so cute. I mean, literally the one that I saw in our high school parking lot was in pink. I mean, it was not anything that I should want, but
For me, it was I really did want a Jeep when I was younger.
Like a Wrangler?
For the same reason. It just looks so rugged and badass.
Still looks cool.
Yeah, taking the top off. But then I've ridden a lot of Jeeps. I've been in a lot of Jeeps, and they're awesome. Man, are they loud inside?
Yeah, not very practical. That's the problem.
Yeah, not very gas efficient.
No, they're terrible.
The other thing I always wanted was a Dodge Viper.
Ooh, okay, now we're getting somewhere.
That was one of those cars that, when I saw it, I was like, ooh, a Dodge Viper.
Now we're getting somewhere. I'm glad you guys have them, because I couldn't have cared less as a kid. I didn't care about cars, but I'm curious. I'm glad you guys had a specific, I definitely wanted that. A Viper. I'll give you, that was actually mine. If I had to think back to one that I thought was the coolest over all of the others, Viper.
It had the coolest name.
And it's a badass name.
Like a Viper.
But at the end of the day, in high school, you just want a car.
Oh, for
right?
sure.
I mean,
That's actually where I'm.
Luckily, I had one.
And that's actually where I'm going with it. I'm glad you said this, because I have this written down from last show. How do you look at a car? And I know it's not, the best question, but I had this happen to me the other day, and this is the story that, and I'm going to blow by it because I told this in the One Wheel show, The Voice of One Wheel, we do every Tuesday at 11 o'clock. But this kid, first of all, the joke bombed, and I teased that on Lucdogg in the Morning last week, and then I never told the story. But this is true. I walked downstairs, and this kid is hitting a pile of snow with a stick, and he's just smashing it against my car. What the fuck, dude?
Not the stick, but the snow.
No, the snow. He's hitting the snow into pieces into my car. And I mean, the distance between the snow pile and my car is 2 feet. So he's just bam, smashing over and over, like Cleveland's kid in that, just over and over and over and over. And it's like, dude, hey man, I walked out. I said, can you maybe do it the other way into the field and not into my car? Now I know this kid because every time he sees me riding around, he's 8 years old, and he sees me riding around on the One Wheel, and he's like, oh, it's Gadget Guy. He knows me as Gadget Guy.
Right.
And I high five him, and I'm cool with this kid. But damn it, dude, it's my car. And then when I said that, he goes, oh, my bad, dude.
And then?
It just infuriated me. That infuriated me because, oh, my bad, dude. That's literally he could have Like,
I'm only sorry because you caught me.
Because you caught me.
Right.
There's no thought there. There's no, oh, shit, I shouldn't be doing this. It's an expensive piece of, like, it's an expensive thing. I know he's 8.
He ain't going to think about it.
I understand that. And that's why I got thinking. Because when I was 8, I remember my older cousin, like, or a friend of mine who's like, do you remember Justin Grimes?
Me?
Yeah. Remember him? The kids that were babysat? My mom babysat?
Yes.
Right? Mm-hmm. When he got a car and I didn't have a license yet because he was older, I remember throwing a tennis ball at it, and this was a van. This was like a mom, like soccer mom van.
I was going to ask what first car we had. I had a Ford. My first car was a hand-me-down. Like, I got handed a Ford Windstar van.
Well, I threw
like the first 3 months of my driving career.
How would you felt if I threw a tennis ball at it?
I didn't care about that.
He was so mad at me, and he sat me down. He got out of the car. Because I threw a tennis ball as he was leaving the driveway. I just threw a tennis, like, whatever. It's not going to hurt the car. It's a crappy van. But, dude, he, like, laid into me. He in a way that I remembered, like, hey, man, I need you to understand this is important to me. And that's an expensive thing. And you can't just be throwing stuff at it, dude. And it's
what a great way to explain it, too,
by
the way.
So flash forward 20 years, and I try to do that to this kid. And he goes, my bad, man. And I'm just like, oh, no. And I tried to do exactly what Justin Grimes did. And I said, hey, listen, I'm just trying, if I have to get this repainted, like, that's a lot of money, and this means a lot to me, okay? And I really appreciate it if you could try to just do it the other way. You really got to respect the cars, man. And he goes, okay. And he hits it one time the other way into the field, and then immediately, bam. So he goes, bam, bam. So one into the field, and then bam, right back at me, and now my window's open, and it hits me right in the face.
Are you serious?
That actually happened.
That's disrespectful.
I would have gotten out and beaten the fuck out of that little fuckhead.
And he didn't do it, but I know this kid, and he didn't do it to be a dick. He didn't do it to be a little crapper. He just did it in a way that I'm telling you, he's not thinking. He's like, oh, okay, back, and then he forgot to not do it again fourth or something. It's like, I can't imagine he would do that on purpose, and it infuriated me. What are you going to do, light up an 8-year-old?
I know, right?
It's just like,
make him cry.
So what?
They run
what
home to mom.
What do you think I did? What do you think my reaction was? Be me right now. What do you think? So, boom in your face.
You probably just rolled up your window and drove off.
I just went, dude. I drove off. What are you gonna do? I tried to reason with him.
You hate him forever now.
I don't care. You hit me in the face.
Yeah,
that's what happens.
Maybe
Good.
you do.
I hope he does think that, because that's what happens when you hit somebody in the face with snow.
Parents need to teach their children a value of $1, and that's one thing my mom always did. I mean, we would go to garage sales on the weekend, and she would have like this fanny pack filled with singles, and she would give me some, and she would always be like, never take the sticker price, like always negotiate. And like and that was good because it was an early lesson on money, and not just giving your money away, essentially. Always trying to find a deal. I mean, I still go shopping at like Ross and Marshalls, because honestly, if you dig, you can find some really good stuff, name brand stuff, but you just have to look. And me, I appreciate something a lot more if I find it than if it's just hanging on a rack in the window and it's like 3 times the cost of what it would be if I went and kind of searched out a deal. And same thing with a car. Like, cars mean nothing to me as far as I don't need a fancy car. I don't give a shit. It's just to get from point A to point B. But that's freedom. That's how you get places. That's how I cater. I mean, it's like my livelihood. I use my car to cater. So it's important.
Best thing
the Lucdogg.
Yeah, that's true. Best thing for me about this whole thing is that now when you do Mama Potts' voice, Auntie Maria, we all know exactly what you're imitating. Oh, yeah. I can't do it.
Don't say Jesus.
Oh, Jesus. I do that with my mom's, and my mom too.
All right, let's have fun when we get back. We'll just have a blast with you guys. Let's go. Social Media Lounge, light us up. What do you want us to talk about? We will open it up to you. Social Media Lounge, what would you like to be the topic of the third segment? Because I have a few things for you, but if you'd like to control the rudder of the ship, this is your chance. Social Media Lounge, hit us up.
Restaurant puts a unique twist on fast casual dining by starting with only the freshest ingredients to slow cook delicious melodies of tastes and colors that are sure to delight your senses. Whether you're craving the Chipotle pulled pork sliders, honey basil chicken tacos, or the infamous kitchen sink wrap, Marinate has something for everybody with tons of vegetarian options too. It's the perfect choice of catering for your offices or events with fast and friendly service from a brand new store on Melrose and Wester. Stop by today or you can order online at marinateyourlife.com.
Yay for Taco Tuesday! Don't forget, buy one, get one free. All damn day.
Tacos, wraps, sliders, and sides. Slow cooked to perfection at Marinate Restaurant. marinateyourlife.com.
What's up, y'all? It's Maddie Mads here. This show is sponsored by TTR Studios. Whether it's weddings, parties, karaoke, audio, video production, and all your entertainment needs, call TTR Studios, LLC at 703-850-2223 or check them out at ttrevents.com. Start the show, Luch.
You guys are so hot right now.
Lucdogg in the morning.
Welcome back, folks. It's your boy Lucdogg in the morning, Lucdogg, hanging out with you on the channel TTR Studios right here on YouTube. That's the live stream. If you want to catch us live, it is a lot of fun. The social media lounge is popping off. When we say that, what we're talking about is the chat room on YouTube. So if you go in and you watch live, it's awesome if you can just, there's a lot of people in there that are just going off on the chats. For example, when I asked the social media lounge, what would you like for us to talk about? I would like to hear about everybody's first girlfriend. So we can do that.
Yeah, we can do that.
Belly also found a guy pleasuring himself in the lobby last night.
Not last night, it was last week, but yeah.
So that was fun. We can do that. We can mix it all in. See, this is a comedy show. It's a variety show, and the whole purpose of this is to get you guys started with a smile on your face. But I don't know if you really know, where a lot of some of the jokes come from. Do you know why I'm called Lucdogg? Because it's kind of ridiculous for a 34-year-old man to refer to himself as Lucdogg, in my opinion.
I don't really know, I don't think.
Do you know, Potts?
I don't.
The honest truth, it's my AOL screen name, Lucdogg8. AOL Instant Messenger.
Which is dead
What's
now.
that?
Right? Exactly. And, if you don't even know, some listeners probably don't even know what that is, but that was before Facebook and social media and all that. That's how we all talk to each other. You remember putting out an away message and then coming back and seeing what messages you had?
Yeah.
Coming up with a really funny away message and then coming home and nobody said anything and you're like, what? That was gold.
And my parents being like, why did you lock up the internet for 15 hours on an AOL Instant Messenger?
Yeah, I had to have the dial-up all locked in. Exactly.
Right, and wasn't it time? With AOL, you had minutes. They timed how long.
Remember the CDs? Remember the CDs that were 10,000 minutes?
Right. Yeah.
Right.
It was like data. Yeah. So that was my screen name was Lucdogg8, and it's funny because I tried to make my first screen name ever. My first time ever making a screen name, I tried to make it Lucdogg69. And my parents immediately saw it and sat me down and said, go change your name. And I was like, what are you talking about? It's just the number it's just the number they gave me. I was trying to be a slick Papa Joe as a kid, walking the motorcycle down the alley instead of driving it. I was trying to be slick. What do you mean? It's just a number. It's the number they assigned to my name. And they said, go change your name. How do you want because I had a girlfriend at the time, was my first girlfriend ever. And
now when you did
tying
69,
it all together.
Did you know?
Of course I knew what I was doing. I was also 15.
Adam, in 20 years, you're going to have a podcast. Do you really want to be known as
Lucdogg69? Hold up.
Do you want the name of your show to be Lucdogg69 in the morning, you moron?
Did you know what 69ing was?
Yes. I had just learned it.
Oh, it's funny.
Did you even know?
No,
I
that's
learned
the thing. He says, oh, yeah, I knew what I was doing. Yes, 69 was funny because all your friends were going around saying 69.
But did you really know what it was? That's a good point. Because when I came home, that's how I had the sex talk.
They didn't have Google back then.
No,
guys.
you weren't able to Google it. The reason I had the sex talk in general, and God bless my dad. Well, God bless my dad for nailing the sex talk. It was 30 seconds, and it was organic. He didn't sit me down, so it was some awkward thing. Oh, it was so great. we were at CCD class. Do you remember CCD church class?
Yep.
And if you're Catholic, you know what I'm talking about. It's basically just like Bible study. And all my like good friends from school were in it, and we were just little jackasses, you know. And we saw one day they held it in this classroom that had all these books around the walls. And for whatever reason, we found this section that was dedicated to like sex. It was like
Kama Sutra?
Kind of, but like not the joy of sex, but like sexual education books.
Was the title Missionary Positions?
Missionary Positions and Studies. However, it was very like educational, but we saw the word sex and we were all like little schoolgirls going, oh my God, and I said that to my dad on the car ride home. Yeah, we found a book about sex. And then all of a sudden he goes, do you even know what that means? Well, I mean, maybe. I don't know. And then he literally told me as bluntly as it goes. I'm not going to say it on air, but he just goes, it's when a man does this to a woman. And I went, what? And he goes, yeah, that's the truth. That's what.
What?
And he goes, yeah, that's the truth. That's where babies come from. That's how babies are made. And I was just like, really? And he's like, yeah, that's what you were. And then I literally, this is the best part. And I was like, okay. And he's like,
how old were you?
I don't know. I honestly don't remember. Yeah. And I don't want to put an age on it.
Goes, Jesus Christ! So
no. Hold on. So what happened? Because this is the best part. So he said it in a way that was very matter of fact, and I was just like, oh, okay, well, all right, I guess that's how. Okay, all right, wow, shit, okay, mind blowing. All right, and he's like, and that's what you guys were just laughing at and all that. So what happened was, I then go and take a shower, and as I'm in the shower that night, I look down and I say to myself, well, you're going somewhere someday, buddy. That's what I said to my little guy. I said that to my little guy. You're going somewhere someday, buddy. Honest truth. Caller, who are you? Where are you from?
I am Jess.
We got her.
Is this Jess?
We had her for a second.
We lost her.
Jess, where are you? Call back. Is she here?
I thought she was.
Oh, man, I was rolling.
Second.
Tell her to call back. Yeah. Anyway, so that happened.
So that reminds me, we all took Sunday school. I was in Sunday school, and I remember I had a book as well. And, you know, look, growing up, you start to diddle yourself and explore and all that stuff. And but I started working at a very young age. I'm going somewhere with this. Stick with me. I started working. I interviewed for a job called Parcel Plus, which is like a UPS store. And this is like when I was like 14. And I remember that I prayed to God and I told him if I got the job, I wouldn't diddle myself anymore.
Oh, my God.
And I got the stupid job, and I remember I lasted. And so anyway, in my Sunday school book, it said, you know, like masturbation is a sin, and you shouldn't do it, and it's only for, you know, like families and creating a family and blah 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 blah, that other bullshit. And I remember like. Of course, I'm 14, and like a day and a half into it, I'm like crying on the bathroom floor. Like, God, I'm sorry I'm about to do this, God. I have to do it. But I appreciate the job. Please don't fire me from the job. I just want to jerk off. And I'm sitting on the bathroom floor with my Sunday school book open that says you're going to burn in hell if you masturbate. I've got a bottle of Jergens on one side, and I'm like, got like just a handful of tears in my hand, and I'm just like crying. Hoping I don't get fired from my first job as I like diddle myself.
I'm pretty sure we have your sister on the phone while this is going on. Is she on?
Sweet, that's awesome.
Well, she was on, and now it says nothing. It doesn't say line in use or anything like that.
All right, well, if she wants to call back, I'd love to hear what she thinks about that because, dude, we all have those stories where it's just you're growing up, you don't know what's going on.
I got one from the restaurant the other day.
Get it.
So we had a family sitting in the restaurant, and it's a family of 4, mom, dad, older brother, little brother. And so the little brother's sitting at the table, and I got this story from one of my servers because he was the one out on the floor serving the table. So he walks up to the table to take the order, and as he's standing there, the youngest of the boys whips it out and just starts playing with it and playing with it. Just at the table. So he moves to the other side of the table, and actually like tries to like avoid. He's like, I'm not gonna handle this. I'm not gonna do anything like that.
Go ahead, you're killing it. Go ahead, good job.
Right then and there, he sees that the mom sees. What does she do? Instead of stopping him, she puts one of our napkins over his lap.
Oh.
To let him. He was spanking it at the table?
It's a 4-year-old. He wasn't spanking it. He was just rolling it around between his fingers.
Oh, he didn't know any better. Jess, are you with us?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, there you are. What do we got? What's going on, girl?
Okay, well, just over in the social media lounge, and you guys were talking about 69 and, learning about sex from your parents. And I was asking Maddie if he remembered how I learned what 69 meant. And Amanda, I think it is One Woman, One Wheel, said she wanted to hear that story. So.
Oh, please tell. This is Potts' sister on the line. Jess, fire away.
Can I take my headphones
off?
off?
So I'm trying to think of how old I was. I would say, I don't know. I'm going to say 10, give or take a couple years. Who knows? But we were at Busch Gardens with me and Maddie and our sister Carolyn. We're walking around the park separate from our parents. And there was a guy walking in front of us wearing a shirt that said, "Just 69 me." And I was like, what does that mean? And they said, I don't know. You should go ask Mom and Dad. So I went and asked.
What a dick.
I went and asked Auntie Maria and, they didn't explain, they didn't tell me what it meant, but when I went back to Maddie and Carolyn and said, I asked them, they wouldn't tell me. They were like, just like, oh my God, you actually asked them? They were like, okay, you deserve to know now. And
that sounds like Potts, exactly.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
I don't
Even
remember
back
that,
then.
but that's awesome.
What if I remember that?
No, not you. I wanted to see if Potts remembered that.
I don't remember it at all.
Yeah, of course not. I always think of that. I can see the guy walking in front of us with a navy blue shirt.
Oh.
Anyway.
Jessica, do you remember growing up, are there any words that we missed? Because, did you hear your mom on earlier?
Yes, I did. She also really did not like it if you call someone stupid or just use the word stupid.
I'm so glad you said that, because I almost said that earlier, but I thought I was going to get blasted. Stupid was a really bad word when I was growing up. Am I wrong?
She really didn't like stupid.
What else? Is there anything else
She didn't like hate either.
Hate is good.
Hate's a really strong word.
Yeah. Yes. Oh my gosh, you just say that all the time. Just any curse word. She gets really upset, and I have a little bit of a potty mouth, and I try to.
No.
But sometimes I'm just rolling, and
Where do you think the Potts comes
anyway,
from, Maddie
she gets
Potts?
really upset. I knew when Maddie said the F word that she was gonna.
I had to play damage control because I really thought she was gonna hang up. Jess, I gotta let you go. We're almost up at the end of the show. Thank you so much.
Love you guys.
All right, bud. Bye.
Later. Love you.
So that was. I'm just so glad that we have this phone system working now that we can all talk.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
I'm telling you, we are a full-on radio studio at this point. There's nothing we can't do.
It's not a pair of Bluetooth headphones, but it's fun.
Fair enough.
So do we want to do first girlfriends, or do we want to tell?
I want to do the first girlfriends. I think we should
save
it. Save the lobby jacker for when we need it. If they want the first girlfriends.
Yeah, all right.
Do the lobby jacker on Friday.
All right, we got 5 minutes for first girlfriend.
That's perfect. Tell me about your first girlfriend in 1 minute or less.
First girlfriend was older than me, was in college when I was a junior in high school, and that I met when she was in high school with me. She played the flute. She was a very nice girl. Her name was Lizzie. And
was it puppy
love? She doesn't talk to me anymore.
Oh, no. Was it puppy love?
Yeah. It was one of the...
How long did it
last?
last?
Someone just around 2 years. Yeah, that we dated.
Was that your first?
And the thing when
was she your first?
Yeah, first.
And you don't talk? You know what? I don't talk to my first.
Well, it's not that we don't talk. She just doesn't want to talk to me, which I get.
Yeah, because of the puppy love. I think it's the same way. There's a deep connection there that you're never going to break.
Yeah.
I totally agree. And mine is completely married with 2 kids. Go ahead, Potts.
Yeah, mine was Kathy, high school sweetheart, together for, I think, 4 years. She's now married she just had her 3rd kid. And she still lives in her hometown. I haven't talked to her in years. I think we've hit each other up on Facebook a few times, but just she was like the girl next door, blonde hair, blue eyes, not at all what I'm into now, but that was my first. That was my first.
Yeah, that's what I was curious. I did the rose petals for the first. It took us. I dated my first girlfriend for 6 years. and it was from freshman year, first month of freshman year of high school, 2 years into college. And
I feel like, was Auntie Lynn more heartbroken than you when you broke up? I feel like that breakup being very family.
It was hard on all of us.
My mom was very upset.
It was a big deal, man.
My mom was very upset
It
with me
was
and my
hard
first
on all of
girlfriend
us.
ended. My girlfriend, my first girlfriend, my mom was very upset with me.
Yeah, you're
about,
breaking up
like,
with a family, not just a person.
It's like, what are you doing?
Right.
Although but my mom would then also tell me a story of like when she went out. I was away somewhere, like visiting a school or something like that, and she went out to lunch with her and her mom, and they were talking about marriage stuff with my mom, and my mom like calls me that day, and she's like, "Matthew, we need to talk."
Yeah,
and I'm like, "What? Well, what happened?" And she's like, things are very serious with this girl. And I'm like, yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm 17, 18 years old. Like, how serious could they be?
Talking about marriage. Holy hell.
She's like, well, and then she says that. I'm like, uh-oh.
But do you guys think it's crazy that, see, I always feel bad saying that it took me, like, we took our time, man. We didn't sleep together until senior year. We were together 4 years before we had sex.
Whoa.
It took me 7 months to go up her shirt. It was such a big deal. And I remember once my buddy did it with her best friend. I was like, yes, way to pave the way, dude. I'm doing it tonight.
And guess where I met this?
I'm for sure now.
See, I met my first girlfriend working at Target. That's
Target.
Those red shirts just do something to me.
I remember the shirt that she was wearing when I went up the shirt the first time. That's a monumental moment for a dude.
It's probably the Target red for me.
Oh, that's good. We got to get out of here. Let's go. We got to go. This was fun.
Can I just say, sorry to Kathy for probably being the worst lay she's ever had in her life.
I'm pretty
sure
it
was all uphill from that point.
That's all of us. Your first lay is always your worst lay. I don't even remember it, to be honest with you.
I remember exactly when and where and how.
I don't remember the feelings, though. I don't remember the moment. I remember dropping the red rose petals all over the white sheets, and I remember cleaning up those sheets afterwards because they're all smeared with red rose petals. That sounds like it'd be a lot grosser than... I'm not trying to go for a gross joke. I'm being honest. It was the rose petals that were red on the white sheets. Oh, God. Okay, time to go. Matty Potts, get out of here.
That's all I got. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day, and you can kindly go fuck yourselves.
Your mother wouldn't be happy with that sign-off.
Yeah, she must not listen to the show. Goodness. All right, Belly. Nicely done today. He's answering the phones in the middle of telling a story. If you need to know what's going on behind the scenes, just watch us on the channel TTR Studios. Belly, what do you want to leave the people with?
I can't wait for a day off today. It's going to be great.
Enjoy it. Have fun. We'll see you guys on Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern, right here at TTR Studios. It's Lucdogg in the morning.
At litmradio.com.